Okay, happy Inktober. Today is day 22 and here is the picture that we are gonna ink. It is actually a combination of two different photos, one for the hair and then one for the face, but I think it's gonna go well. And I'm proud of it actually. I'm glad. It took a little bit to get the expression right, but I think it's full of just like beauty and all these good stuff. So I'm gonna go and ink. I was too hasty and I smudged right here. I don't even know how I'm gonna fix it, so I don't know. I'm gonna just try and erase it, and the first thing that came to mind was just making her skin grayscale. So instead of actually going for flesh tones, I'll erase as much as I can, and then I'll cover up by using a various amounts of warm grays. Oh my goodness, it worked. So I'm gonna go erase most of it, if you can tell. Some of it kind of remains, but you can't tell once I start putting the gray over it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do, and I am so excited. Like after layering on warm gray number 2, and what I'm gonna do is see if I actually have a W5. That's a little bit too dark. I know I have a W3. I have to have a W3. Okay, I do. So I have a W3. Where is it? Right here. So I'm gonna go and make her lips actually EO4 and then put some W3 on top. Went back in with some more shadows, and it's odd looking at it compared to the original photo, but this is where the light actually hits it, and that's where the shadows actually are. So to make it less jarring, especially in the highlight area, I'm gonna go back over the whole face with W2. Yeah, I just did the darker parts with W3, so I'll go over everything again with W2. Okay, it looks a lot better, and the shadows, especially around the nose, are more subtle. And so now I'm just gonna go through and do the hair, but before that I'm gonna add a little bit of highlights in the eye with my white Sakura Jelly Roll pen. Oh, it's upside down. Okay, so with this, look beautiful. Now I'm gonna go over the eyelids with W3 one more time, just to give it like a natural looking eyeshadow type of look. And it's not actual eyeshadow, it's just shadow cast by the eyebrows, or just the way the light hits it. But still, for dramatic effect, I'm gonna go and put W3 over the eyelids. I'm gonna go in with a pinkish white, which is the R00. This is what the pink looks like. It's kind of gorgeous, and it's really warmer than I expected, but it made me think of a hoodie, so I'm gonna go and draw a hoodie like top behind her head. This one line right here ended up being way too thick. This is what I did with my ink. This is what I did with my micron. So I learned when you have like a wet canvas to use micron over inking. And so all that means is that I have to just make everything else on the sweater super thick, and then I'll just make the lines on her hair really thick, and then that'll just be a motif. For the sweater part, I'm going to go back and clean it up with my micron, and as well as any part that has Copic already down. Because of the fact that it's a wet surface, it bleeds, so even like right here, I'm going to clean up, let me point it out. Right here with the hair, I'm going to clean up a little bit, but I do like how it bled a little bit here because it gives a kinky kind of texture, so I do like that. But here, I'm going to clean it up with my micron. This is what the hair looks like. I did some swatching over here, and I figured out that I wanted the hair to be a mix of RV95 and RV34, so dark pink, and what color is this? Baby blossoms. So I think I'll put down the baby blossoms first, then the dark pink, and then put the baby blossoms on top. So I get the feeling that this girl hates pink. I don't know why, but I feel like I don't know, I thought it would be cool, but then in my mind I'm like, but what if she hates pink? And I'm like, why would she hate pink? But if I'm thinking of this, then that means that she probably most likely hates the color pink. So what we're gonna do is just change this to purple, but I'm still gonna do the base layer of the hair and then put some purple on top. But dang, I'm pretty sure she hates pink. Let's take a minute to admire this as a really nice pink masterpiece, and then we're gonna go and destroy it, because if I have a feeling that she doesn't like pink. That's probably because she doesn't actually like pink and everything's decked out in pink, so we have some work to do. And so I got all the purples that I have, and one of the first things that we're gonna do is go over the lips with this grayish lavender, just to go over the E Natural and have it have a purple finish instead. We're gonna go over this with Hydrangea Blue BV13, and I did a couple of samples and it looks good over the blossom that we set out. Can't even really tell the pink underneath, at least based on this sample right there. So if I just keep piling it on, it'll look purple enough. I like this a lot, and to be honest, the purple shines differently with the pink underneath. It kind of looks like tie-dye. Now I'm gonna go in with this pale blue gray as the background and kind of do like a warm glow around the face, and then I'll save the sweatshirt for last because I'm still deciding on what to do. But I do know that I'm actually gonna snip it around here towards the bottom. Like, this will all be cut off. That's why I didn't really worry about finishing it, and honestly I didn't have to go through all that trouble. But why to it is that it establishes this as purple. Like, even if it's not, like, look at the marker is not even purple. It says pale blue gray, but I put it down as a base and as the background is because of the fact that it establishes purple. Like, you see the purple first before you see the sweatshirt. To be honest, I'm looking at a blue right now in my set, and it is this color blue. It is Smoky Blue B45. And I think that'll work better than if I had tried to put any one of these purples on top, because they're not cutting it. If anything, I probably could have done the BV13, which was the Hydrangea Blue, but I did that on the hair and I want something a little different. So it's gonna be crazy, but we'll see how it goes. Actually, I'll do a swatch on the side and then decide. Here's the swatch. It turned out exactly as I expected it would turn out, so I'm just gonna put the blue on top. Here's the side-by-side comparison. I think it looks nice. So I'm gonna just do the last bit of it, but I want to show you how much coverage this color has. It's awesome. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of amethyst over the lips and then top it off with the gray lavender, but I just wanted to pop because it kind of just doesn't have any vibrancy compared to everything else, so I'm gonna just put that. The amethyst was a little dark, so I went back and I lightened it up with lavender VO6. Now I'm gonna put some polka dots of this night blue just to kind of cover up little blemishes here and there. The more imperfect they are, the better the picture. Some are tiny. I'm trying to make some tiny at least, like barely a peck, and then others are the huge, you know, gargantuan dots you saw, like this one. That's huge. That's obnoxious, but we're gonna oh my goodness, when do you even consider a polka dot obnoxious? Whenever I say so. What else? I feel like here can use a big dot. Yeah, thinking of big dot makes me think of the song Big Shot, Big Dot. I didn't think it would look like this in the end. I had no idea, but that's the beauty of it. Like, you just kind of start and you don't know where you're going and you end up with something beautiful. Let me just turn this around. And then also, whenever I hear turn around, it makes me think of this song that they did for a yogurt commercial when someone was in the fridge and was like, turn around every time. Oh, is it? No, what is it? Turn around every now and then I get a little bit turn around. I don't know the lyrics. That's sometimes a thing you'll find as a common theme here. I remember the song. I remember how it goes. Something else reminds me of it, and so I know it exists. I snipped off the excess, but I still have some spots needed to be colored in, so I'm gonna go do that. I have been inspired to go all out. I just spilled all the pearls. But anyways, I trimmed my paper. I have the GS Hypo Cement Fine Detail Work, and that's what I'm gonna be using to glue down all these pearls I just spilled. I have a wax pencil that is what I pick it up with. Okay, and then I'm gonna put down pearls on these polka dots. And okay, last but not least, but I also have glue dots, so I'm gonna put glue dots adhesives on the back of this because this is what I'm trying to hide, all these blemishes, and I'm gonna put it on another piece of watercolor paper that's cut to be slightly bigger. This is the original size of it, but after I did all my drawing, it ended up this size. It's gonna have a white backing, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go and put down some of these pearls. I like how, if you can see, there's like a blue shadow underneath the pearl. I like that. So it goes from looking kind of clear to even almost a little bluish. Immediately the glue comes out with like a force. So here's what I do. I just dot it and I just put the glue on the actual parts. I put down all the glue first and then I put down the beads. And I try not to put too much glue, like I don't want it to dry out before the beads get to it, but I think this is enough for now. I take my wax pencil and I put it on, and then I carry it over and I splotch it on top, and then I just take my finger to adjust if need be. And that's what I'm gonna do with all these big pieces right here. I contemplating putting a pearl in her earring, but I was like, that's kind of basic. We already have pearls in the background. She doesn't need one in her ear, you know what I'm saying? Also, this has kind of a strong smell. This is what it looks like. I did the finishing touches. I went back and I actually did a black heart over the white, but there's some string of the glue residue of when I was putting the glue on. Even if you can't tell, it's there. So what I'm gonna do is just get my brush and wipe lightly, and it'll take away any of the excess glue strings. I chose to do glue dots instead of double-sided tape, but it'll still be good. It'll be really good, and it'll give it a little bit of height too, because of the fact that it's not completely flat. It has a bit of dimension, but it won't make it that high. And that's the spot where I missed a glue dot. I didn't think it was gonna make a difference, but I went and I folded a piece of double-sided tape in half, and I'm gonna try and slide it in there and then press down so it can be closed. Okay, so this is the final product. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually gonna do another one since I have all these beads out, but if I were to do it again, I would actually use double-sided tape instead of glue dots, because right here, if you see where I put the double-sided tape, is super flat, almost too flat that it caused the other parts to raise and bubble. But I'm gonna go press them down, and I don't want to press down too hard as to like displace the pearls, but it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's actually cool toned, but I'd actually want to do one where it's yellow or like orange or like something like really bright.